Hi, welcome back to another uplifting episode of your weekly dose of Happy Pill. This is your host, Marsha, and today I have something truly special in store for you. Get ready to be captivated by the concept of amazing grace. I will be exploring the extraordinary ways of gracing someone and spreading happiness. So prepare to be inspired as I delve into the power of grace, discovering how it can uplift and bring joy to the lives of other people. Now, you and I know that amazing grace is typically associated with funerals, but today I want to redefine it and create a positive impact. So, rather than limiting its significance to funerals, here's what I want you to do the next time that you hear it. I need you to remind yourself that you are this ray of sunshine on a rainy day, bringing light and positivity into people's lives through those big and small acts of kindness that you do. May it be monthly or weekly or even daily. When you comfort and support other people during difficult times, you bring them joy. You bring them joy and give them hope. And through that, you make their days extra special. And you know that that's what you are. You're a giver of strength, a giver of encouragement, you're a giver of resilience, you're a giver of friendship, a giver of support, a giver of inspiration. You are just an amazing grace. And you might not want to take credit, but if you really sit down and think about how many people you have helped, okay, like I said, let's say for the last month or the last week or the last 3 days, you will be surprised of the numbers of the people that will come up in your mind or the number of strangers that you have helped with those little things that you do. That makes you an amazing grace. And all of these good things that I just mentioned, like I said, you don't even think about them. You don't think it's impacting other people's lives, but it is. And in a big way, too. So, how else can you be an amazing grace to someone? Are there any other things you can do to grace people? Of course. There are endless options. But today, I will talk about 3 important things that you can apply to be an even more amazing grace. So, first, if I am being honest with you, I seriously think that by spreading love and strengthening relationships through small acts of kindness, you are already an amazing grace. In this world where some people can be mean and hurtful, it's important to practice kindness and compassion, treating others with respect, with empathy and care. And I truly believe that you are different and you have the power to make a positive impact. Because just by you being here and listening, that's already a proof that you are seeking positive changes in your life. And that includes impacting other people. And I know from experience that, people who listens to personal development messages, whether it's on a podcast, from YouTube, or any other social media platforms, they are usually the ones that care extraordinarily about others. So remember that even though you may be just one person, your acts of kindness have the power to create a ripple effect. When you show kindness to someone, they might feel inspired to pass it on to others. It's like a chain reaction of spreading love and understanding. And there's a lot of ways where you can spread love and build greater relationships and do kind things. For instance, one way for you to be kind is by cooking a delicious meal for your family. For example, maybe after a long day of tests, making a special dinner for your children will show that you care about them and you want to make them happy. And by doing that, it also provides them with comfort and good food, which will make them feel loved and cared for. So that alone makes you an amazing parent. I'll give you another example of how to spread love. And this is my favorite thing to do. So, what you can do is to offer to help older people with their groceries. Like, let's say you see an older person struggling with his or her heavy bags, grocery bags in a parking lot. Just give them grace by offering to help them carry the bags. And you know what this does to them? This can actually make their day easier and safer. I have witnessed older people trip over their carts or lose their balance while putting their groceries in their cars. So, by showing kindness and lending a hand, what you are doing is you are providing support and showing understanding for their needs and challenges. And another way for you to spread love is to let someone with only a few groceries go ahead of you. When you're in line in the groceries and you turn around and you see this person behind you that only has a handful of groceries, you can let them go ahead. And that's another way for you to spread love around you. I say that because I have been on the receiving end of this action in the past. And I was surprised initially because a lot of people nowadays, they don't care about what's going on with their surroundings. So, that time I was really, really grateful. And personally, I think that that is a very, very thoughtful gesture. And I really appreciated the time that I have saved from waiting in line. And also knowing that someone is willing to show kindness to a stranger. It really warmed my heart and left a positive impact on me that day. So that had inspired me to pass on this kindness. So every time I go to the store, I would always try to let someone go in line ahead of me, especially the elderly population, because they're my favorite people too, on top of that. So you see, even these small acts of kindness can have a big impact on someone's happiness and well being. They can create a positive ripple effect, inspiring others to be kind and compassionate as well. So if you spread kindness and compassion, you can definitely make a difference in the world, one small kind act at a time. Now let's talk about another way for you to be an amazing grace. Be grateful. Gratefulness. We hear that all the time. This is when you are thankful, when you appreciate the things that you have, the experiences that you've had, and the people in your life. Honestly, that's what brings you to where you are today. Gratefulness. It's one of the major things that had transpired in your life and shaped you to who you are today. Think of that for a moment. It is the recognition of the blessings that you receive, big or small, and sincere acknowledgement of the positive aspects of your life. Gratefulness helps you to cultivate a positive mindset, to foster contentment and bring joy as you cherish and value what you have. It is a mindset that allows you to focus on the good, even in challenging times. And gratefulness encourages you to express your appreciation and embrace the abundance in your life. Let me share you a story of when I was driving home one time. I passed this family of three, and I found out that they're from Syria. They said they came here to escape the war. Among them was a baby that was probably as old as my daughter that time, probably like 1 year old, 1.5. They were on the side street and they had a sign that said, needs money for a hotel room and milk for baby. They were standing in the middle island and it was midsummer then. And if you have been to Texas, you know that Texas heat is no joke because our summer temperatures range from the mid 90s to low 100s. I mean, they had an umbrella to cover the baby, but with a scorching heat, you can easily get dehydrated from that. So, anyway, I had noticed that the baby's cheeks were as red as tomatoes. She was wearing a short dress, and it looks like her diaper was probably at least a day old because there was some light brown stains on it, but it was still dry. So, I thought to myself, oof, that kid is definitely getting dehydrated from the heat. Then I noticed the mom holding an empty bottle, baby bottle, with a little bit of light brown liquid in it that looked like it's probably from an apple juice or tea, maybe. I'm not sure, but that's what it looked like to me. So that hit me really hard just thinking of that scenario, just looking at that scenario. I didn't have cash, so I wasn't able to give them any money. So I just started driving past them. But I probably drove less than a mile, and that scenario was still bothering me. I was thinking, what if I was the one that's in that situation? With my daughters and my husband on the side of the street begging for money and help. I just cannot imagine how hard it could be to feel so helpless as parents that you can't even buy milk for your baby. So I followed what my guts told me, which is to go back and maybe bring them to the store that I saw around the area. I had seen a Target store across the street from where they were standing. So I went back for them. I brought them into the Target store and asked them what they needed. And they told me that they just needed milk and some food for themselves and the baby, and maybe a place to stay or a little bit of money for just enough for a hotel room. So I told the dad to get a big cart and go around the store and get whatever they need. Both the husband and the wife started crying and said that they will just get whatever they needed, but also they were very, very thankful for the help that I was offering them. So, as I was following them around, each time I would tell them to, get an extra drink or extra pack of diapers or extra pack of wipes. They would tell me that they didn't want to ask for too much, and that actually made me want to help them more. So I just told them to fill up the cart with what they need, to buy clothes for the baby because she looked like she has been wearing that same dress for a period of time. And same thing with the parents. I mean, they were very reluctant at first. I think most likely because of embarrassment. And I can tell that they were not trying to take advantage of me. But I mean, they eventually complied. So as they were shopping, what I did was I drove to Chick-fil-A and got them some food, then got back, paid for their groceries. And when I was done paying for the groceries, the mom started crying again and gave me a hug and said, she had been praying for an angel to come that day and touch their lives, especially their baby, and that me showing up is an answered prayer for her. I mean, I didn't or don't even see myself as an angel that day, but it touched me deeply. And I started crying too because just knowing that I may have saved a child by doing what I did, oof, that was a very precious feeling. I mean, it still brings a smile to my face until now each time I think about it. It's because in this world that we live in, where kindness and compassion seems limited. I mean, that's what it seems to me sometimes. I am just still very grateful for the opportunity to make a difference in someone's life. And as I reflect on that day that I have encountered that Syrian family in need, my heart just fills with gratitude. I am grateful that I was able to provide them with assistance, alleviating their burden and bringing a glimmer of hope into their lives. But more than that, I am grateful for the profound joy that I have experienced as a byproduct of helping others, because it reminded me of the power of empathy and the deep connection we all share as human beings. I am also grateful for the gift of compassion that God has instilled within me, allowing me to touch the lives of others and bring compassion and understanding to the forefront. So maybe this act of kindness be an example to inspire your heart with gratitude and kindness. For it is in unity and compassion that we find true fulfillment. And I want to talk about another way for you to be an amazing grace. It is by sharing your blessings, because each of us possess unique blessings that can bring joy and make a difference in the lives of others. Whether it's providing financial support, maybe offering assistance, or just showing compassion to those in need, sharing your blessings can create a positive impact. By sharing what you have been blessed with, you have the power to create a positive impact in someone else's life. It's about recognizing that you have something to give. And when you do, you not only help others, but you also experience the joy and fulfillment that comes from making a difference. And I know that you have felt that amazing feeling whenever you help someone, whether it's your child or your partner or your friend or your coworker. You know that that feeling from when you made a difference in their life, that had reciprocated what you felt. You had felt that amazing feeling that you can't even explain, but it feels so good inside. So remember that being an amazing grace is it's not about grand gestures or just material gifts, because actually it is about spreading love, spreading happiness, and spreading positivity in any way that you can. And one way for you to share your blessings is maybe by helping someone that you know that is less fortunate than you. Maybe help them with their tuition fees or their self-development journey fees. For instance, you can offer to pay maybe a portion of their fees, and that's going to enable them to pursue their educational dreams or personal development journey, to make them a better person, to find a better version of themselves. And another meaningful way to share your blessings is by offering support to homeless people. You can do this in so many ways. Maybe if you're going inside the gas station and you see a homeless guy outside, just ask them if they want to go inside and, get a meal, snacks, or drinks. Because showing empathy and providing them with necessities, basic necessities for that matter, that can make a significant impact on their lives. I remember on my birthday this year, I thought to myself that I was going to do something that is selfless. So I planned on becoming an amazing grace to 41 people. So what I did is I bought gift bags and baskets, 41 of those, and filled them up with random things like soap, sanitary pads, snacks, socks, sunglasses, peel organizers, and all sorts of things, like basic things. So anyway, what I did is I planned on giving some to homeless people and some to the elderly people in personal care homes. And I made sure that I brought my kids with me when I drove all around town to give those goodie bags to random people, because I want to be an example to them about gracing people and show them how others live. So, they can also learn how to be grateful for what they have. And also, I wanted to teach them that sharing our blessings will make other people happy and make us feel happy too, because we are making a contribution to this world in our small way. So I was trying to shoot two birds with one stone. I was doing my best to be an amazing grace to other people. And at the same time, I'm teaching my children to eventually be an amazing grace in the future. So for you, my friend, what I want you to do is I want you to remember amazing grace, not as something that's attached to funerals, but rather I want you to think of the positive representation, which is about spreading happiness, spreading kindness, and spreading love. Each time you think of amazing grace, let it serve as a reminder to be that amazing grace to someone in your life. By you being kind, being grateful, and sharing what you have, you can experience this amazing feeling of being truly alive and filled with happiness that words can't even describe. You can make the world a brighter place with your actions, leaving behind love and positivity wherever you go, and inspiring other people to feel the same, to feel incredible happiness that amazing grace represents. So thank you for joining me today. Please share this to your friends or families or your social media accounts so we can create a ripple of amazing grace. God bless you in all that you do. Till next Monday.